Hello, you guys. I'm Dr. Pittman, and welcome to episode 3 of WrestleSpeak podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Pittman, as always. To my right is Jordan Riddle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to welcome. Yeah, right. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my dogs. Yes, welcome to Missy. I will come there and give you a spanking. Anyways, I was saying, I am Jordan Little, co-host of Rant and Rave podcast with Brandon Jordan, and yeah, what last night was a hoot, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Hello,
Sophie's
Stoke.
checking on the chat and says, hello, everyone. Hey, Sophie.
Oh boy.
Normally, I would have Brandon Martin, but Brandon Martin is unavailable at this time, so
Yeah.
we're going to speak about him. So today we will review TLC. That's the final pay per view of the decade, and we're gonna preview what's coming up on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
But first, let's get this out of the
You're
way.
you're reviewing this off CBS Sports, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, let me just hold on.
All right, here we go.
All right, I got all right
I'm gonna
grades.
start with this.
So
So
okay,
I'm gonna start
I'm
with
there.
this. All right, let's start with the kickoff show. It's Alberto Carrillo defeating Andrade via pinfall. After the stirring match on SmackDown, Andrade and Carrillo ran it back. Andrade swung momentum his direction midway through the match by pushing Carrillo off the top rope to the ringside floor before he could execute a dive. Carrillo took a methodical beating from Andrade, specifically targeting the knee, before he was able to turn things around by dumping Andrade from the ring to the outside. Andrade took a big kick from Carrillo, suffering a cut from the blow that covered the left side of his face. Excuse me. Sorry, I can't even
It's okay.
speak today. In blood. Andrade fought back, hitting a double stop from the top rope onto the chest of Carrillo as he hung just above the ring apron, and from there the match picked up significantly in pace and intensity for the stretch run. Andrade nearly ran into an interference in the Vega, just as had happened to allow Carrillo to win their first meeting, but he stopped short in an ensuing confusion. Carrillo hit a reverse hurricanrana from the second row and a massive moonsault against the 1-2-3. Following the match, Andrade refused to speak with Vega and waved her off before walking to the back. And the grade is an A minus.
Yeah, I see why it's that good because when you look at it this way, that even Austin Herzeg, I was just messaging him a while ago, and he told me that should have been on the main show because it was that good of a match.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good match. That should have been on the main show.
Now, on the main show, we have the New Day versus the Revival in a ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So, yeah. Do you want me to read this or do you want to read this?
I'll do it.
Okay.
So a New Day retaining their SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Revival in a ladder match, and this got off to a fast start. The ladders were introduced early by Dash and Scott Wilder, but it was Kofi Kingston who got the spotlight early with an awesome dive out to the ring onto a ladder held by the Revival, taking out all three. Biggie took a nasty bump off the ladder, leading to a pair of ladder-assisted low blows for the Revival, excuse me, who took full advantage of the lack of rules in the match. Kingston always shines in these moments, and tonight was no different as he continued to bring up those only Kofi could moments through the match. Kingston also came up short at times, once getting caught with a shadow machine off the ladder that required Biggie to make the save after the Revival was climbing toward the title belts. As has become a requirement in WWE ladder matches, both of the ladders were slowly pieced together into a larger structure, which eventually led to Big E taking a suplex on a ladder held between the leather and the middle rope. When the ladder did break, Wilder came off the top of a splash on Big E, breaking the ladder.
Mm.
In the finish to the match, Kingston was hung horizontally on the ladder with his legs through the rungs. Just as Revival went to grab the titles, Biggie came back and hit Wilder with a big ending from the ladder to the canvas, leaving Dawson by himself. Dawson made a play for the titles, but Kingston pulled himself up, hitting Dawson with the hanging titles before retrieving them for the successful title defense in a rock-solid tag team ladder match to kick off the main portion of the card. And grade was an A minus as well.
Yeah. Yet again, this one is also, good for that. But as far as I'm concerned, yeah. Here's
Hello, Joanne. Frank.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello there. After what you tried to do last night? So same. You remember that same person from last night's stream that tried to get to Tom Man?
Yeah.
Same person.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I know what when you when you asked if Tom Man was a twink, that wasn't really it doesn't really mean a really cute boy. It's actually a gay slang. I looked it up.
Good job, Jordan. All right.
Anyway, so
All
they
right.
graded him grade A minus. So yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was yeah it was yeah rightfully so. But at the end of the day, um yeah yeah let's go with the next match. Alice
Next match is
Alistair
Aleister Black
Black versus Buddy
defeated
Murphy.
Buddy Murphy via pinfall. Black went for Black Mass as the first move of the match, but Murphy evaded. Murphy cracked Black to the jaw with a big knee strike as the two started off with a high speed open. Black responded to the knee with a series of hard kicks to the chest, maintaining that this is a fight tone that has been laid through their storyline into the match. The Murphy targeted his jaw. Black began to bleed, seemingly due to a broken nose. Black and Murphy continued bludgeoning each other with big strikes, leading to Black hitting a blue-looking jumping knee to the face. Murphy tracked Black's head against the top turnbuckle and landed a series of kicks to the face and a running sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. After a big strike exchange, Murphy hit a brainbuster for another near fall. Again, the two launched into an exchange series of strikes. This time, however, Black closely exchanged with a Black Mass out of nowhere for the pin. A genuinely hard-hitting match that felt distinctly different from almost anything you see on WWE TV or PPV. And the grade is an A.
Yeah, they graded an A. Well, the thing was, it
And
wasn't.
hold on before you continue. And everyone said it was the match of the night.
They call it the match of the night, but the thing is, I mean, they only. Yeah, the thing is, I really think that it should have been like somewhere along the lines of maybe like that type of match that should have had a great. Yeah, it should have had a great build up, but they never had that much of a build up that led to this contest. So, I mean, to me, sure, it's a good match, but the problem is they never had a good build up. All they had was promos and all this other stuff with attacks. I mean, like, come on, like, what? I mean, like, they didn't give this match build up. So, where's the logic in that?
Yeah,
But still, at the end of the day, it was a good match, but still, at the end of the day, sorry.
yeah.
And
Anyway, let's go on.
we got
Uh,
the Raw Tag Team titles, the Viking
yeah,
Raiders or the War Raiders, defending against an open challenge of the OC, which I predicted would be true.
yep.
And
It ends
it,
with a double count out.
yeah, that okay. Can I speak on that real quick before you
Go
read?
ahead, go ahead.
Just that um. Well, hold on. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Just had to say that real quick. Here's the thing. I was really hoping that we would have had like a decent, tag match. But then again, I would have preferred like maybe a tables match or a chairs match. By the way, there was no chairs match last night. Why? Lack of creativity and booking. It is true. And thing is, that was bad spelling. Anyway, continuing onward. Yeah, here's the thing. I would have referred to a different, I would have referred to a different ending. Maybe I would have thought of, say, just, let's have the War Raiders just for once take this loss, but only because they would lose their titles because of the no disqualification variant, and also it would be the whole because of chairs, not yeah the whole bullcrap count out rule, which was so freaking retarded.
Yeah. Well, now let me read this. The OC answered the open challenge from the champs, wanting to prove they were the best tag team in the world. In order, they won in the tag team turmoil match at Crown Jewel. The match assisted Big Boy tag team wrestling with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson able to go shot for shot with the Raiders. Ivar took a big bump off the top rope, flipping as he was shoved off by Gallows, but he quickly rebounded with his handspring back elbow into a Viking experience on Anderson. Gallows made the save, and the two teams eventually ended up spilling to the outside where all four men were counted out. The Viking Raiders eventually put Anderson through a table that was set up at ringside for a family to eat KFC during the match. The Viking Raiders finally have a rival on the main roster, though the finish did not satisfy the live crowd, and the grade was a B minus.
Yeah, I could tell it didn't satisfy them. It didn't satisfy me either. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay, this match right here. Okay, everyone thought this match was going to be the main event, but sadly it wasn't. But then again, here's the thing I don't understand. What we'll talk about later is the fact that why is it that there's a brawl between after the match of the contestants and also others on SmackDown brawling at the end of the pay-per-view, after the main event, the real main event, the women's tag title TLC match just closes off the show. I mean, like, what? But then again, like I said, lack of creativity. Anyway, so King Corbin versus Roman Reigns in a tables, ladders, and chairs match where you can win by pinfall or submission, apparently.
yep, and King Coleman defeated Roman Reigns via pinfall.
With the
Corbin,
help of Ziggler
Corbin
and the Revival.
security forces attacked Reigns before the start of the match, though he had no trouble disposing of them before hitting Corbin as he ran toward the big dog with a chair. Corbin hit D6 shortly after the match officially began, but was not able to score the pin. Corbin put a beating on Reigns early using a chair to lay in damage. Reigns came back strong with some of his signature offense, but Corbin cut off the rally with a choke breaker. Corbin mocked the ooh ah of Reigns and paid the price, ending up on the receiving end of a Superman punch for a near fall. It was at that point Reigns introduced the first table of the match, setting up before Corbin hit him with a paper of a can of dog food and then choke slammed Reigns through the table for his own near fall. Corbin cleared off multiple announced tables, but a powerbomb attempt was got into a small drop from one table through the other. Dolph Ziggler was disguised at ringside and interfered with a super kick to put Reigns down again. Ziggler and Corbin tried to break out the handcuffs they used on the two most recent visits on SmackDown, but were taken out by Reigns before he grabbed a kendo stick, which was used on a litany of Corbin's security team members. The odds turned on Reigns again when the Revival ran in and laid him out. Reigns took out the Revival and Corbin before hitting his eye over the top rope onto everyone at ringside. As Reigns was setting up for the finish, Ziggler threw a chair in his head and hit a zigzag. The numbers were simply too great at that point, and the Revival hit a shadow machine on Reigns before Corbin hit the end of days on a steel chair for the free count. And the grade is a B.
Yeah. The thing is, we didn't really expect this outcome, and by the way, Jay Houston last night called it like this, like saying things like a Superman kick instead of the drive-by or the super kick. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, geez, God, are you kidding me? And also the fact that we didn't really expect this to actually, end this way. I mean, we thought, and plus we didn't
Yeah,
expect this to be.
I was shocked when Corbin won.
Wait, and a what? Hang on a second. Give me a second here. I don't know if I'm seeing this right, but
Hold on, guys. Stand by.
I'm trying to not. I mean, like, what? Why is it saying like that? I mean, like, am I looking at this right? Okay, the one from last night. What? Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me! It wasn't even on the line. They never put the Universal title on the line
Yep, and
last
they
night.
put the bell on the line.
Oh, no, oh my God, no, no, that no. They can't just do that. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, you know
All
what?
right,
I'll save it for the end. I'm sorry. I'll do
it's
that
okay.
for
It's
the
okay.
very end. Okay, so we have Bray Wyatt defeating the Miz via pinfall in a non-title match. Go ahead and read the rest.
Wyatt entered to the Firefly Funhouse theme song, smiling from ear to ear and declaring himself really excited for this before repeatedly holding up the belt to the cheers of the fans. Wyatt, in full quote-unquote happy persona, was loving the interaction before Miz stormed him with strikes, leading Wyatt to ask him to take it easy. Wyatt absorbed a beating without offering much resistance before an attempt at Sister Abigail backfired into a skull-crushing finale. Rather than go for the pin, Miz slammed Wyatt's face into the canvas over and over before locking in a submission, bending back Wyatt's fingers and arm while the champ laughed and implored him to quote-unquote do it. Wyatt rolled out of the ring and slammed his shoulder into the ringside barricade, repeatedly apparently attempting to fix a quote-unquote dislocated shoulder. He charged Wyatt and was thrown over the barricade before Wyatt hit him with a hanging variation of Sister Abigail on the floor. Miz beat the count to avoid the count out, but was hit with another Sister Abigail for the finish. The Fiend appeared on the Titantron after the conclusion of the match, and Wyatt, spurred on by the appearance of his alter ego, pulled a giant novelty mallet from under the ring. Before he used the weapon, the familiar theme sounds hit before Daniel Bryan, sporting a new haircut, appeared in the ring and hit a running knee to lay out Wyatt. Bryan hit his trademark hit and another running knee to the chant of yes from the crowd. He then took the mallet, but before he could use it, the lights went out in the arena and Wyatt had disappeared and they came back on. The uniqueness of the Wyatt character was on full display from start to finish. And even if it was not a traditional match, it was very effective in advancing multiple characters in the overall storyline. And the grade is a B plus.
Wow, that's funny, seeing as though Daniel Bryan's involved. Um, Here's the thing. Uh, the thing is, I really am appalled of the whole situation. I mean, you'd think for 1 minute the title would be on the line, but at the end of the day, it is just that's deplorable. I'm sorry, I have to say it, but I'll rant more about that. Just give my point of view later. Anyway, so next we have the
Not
Almighty
long version.
Bobby Lashley versus Alexander Rusev in a tables match.
All right. And yep, the match started as an all-out brawl. Rusev got the early upper hand and tried to bring a table into the ring, but Lana pulled it back out before he could use it. Both men escaped from further earlier attempts to use a table at ringside before Lashley avoided a slam through it by flipping it over. He then ran Rusev into the ring steps before breaking the table around the ring post as Rusev moved out of the way. As in the standard in table matches, most of the offense revolved around both men nearly going through tables and finding ways to narrowly avoid defeat. Rusev used the ring steps to lay out Lashley before taking the barricade and ramming it into his opponent's body. Lashley turned the barricade around on Rusev, slamming him through it as it was propped against the ring apron. Lashley then grabbed a candlestick and began working over the back and chest of Rusev. Rusev crawled toward Lana, pleading with her, but she simply pointed and laughed as the attack continued, with the candlestick leaving a gash on the back of the Bulgarian. Rusev caught the stick as he was swung at his head and got fired up. Unfortunately, Lana jumped on his back and rigged his eyes around Lashley to spear him into a table which did not break, before hitting a suplex through another for the win. And the grade is a C plus.
I'm telling you, I mean, like, what? I mean, seriously, why a C plus? I mean, these two were actually trying to tell a story. Theirs were actually built up, and they were trying to make it look good as they could. And the problem is, and this is why I feel like these grade levels are so retarded, and so are the people that give these, rankings. They just don't have a single original bone in their body to know how to really rank or give a rating to a match, which is really very dissatisfying. But anyway, and now we've got the main event, the Women's Tag Team Championship, the Kabuki Warriors versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair in a tables, ladders, and chairs match in the main event, which is the second year in a row. Becky and Charlotte and Asuka main event 2 years in a row on the pay per view. However, this is Kairi Sane's first, and which is really interesting for her.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Little time was wasted making this a full arm brawl. Lynch threw Oscar through chairs stacked on top of a table at ringside, and Kyrie Sane ate a Flair big boot as she left from the ring apron to the outside. While Lynch and Flair were firing up, Oscar Sane turned the tables by using chairs, including drop kicking one into Flair's face. The makeshift team whirled back with weapons of their own before heading to the ring in an attempt to climb the ladder. Sane threw chairs from the outside into the ring as distracted, and then tried to run away by crawling under the ring. When Flair and Lynch pulled her out, she used a fire extinguisher to take the advantage. A rope used by Oscar earlier in the match was used to tie Lynch to a ladder at ringside. Flair was sent over the ringside barricade, seemingly leaving an opening for the chance to easily climb the ladder for the win. Flair ran back to the ring and used a candlestick to knock Oscar and Sane from the ladder. After Lynch was free from the rope, she and Flair took over with Lynch, and eventually hitting a running senton on Oscar, putting her through a table. Flair will go on to use sheer power to muscle her into a powerbomb through another table at ringside. As momentum continued to swing back and forth, Flair was the next woman put through the table, taking a powerbomb from the second rope down into one at ringside.
that was
Kane
gruesome.
was climbing, and Oscar used the rope, which was still attached to the ladder when Lynch had been tied to it earlier, to tip it over and dump Lynch into the ropes. Oscar then climbed the ladder to retrieve the titles for the victory in what was a brutal TLC main event, even if high spot critique had begun to set in by this point in the evening, and the final grade for it was a B plus.
Yeah, I would think that it could have gotten more built, like more built up for this main event, but there was no promo before, and that was
Before you
that.
continue, I just want to say that I'm sorry for my botching of reading this. I'm
It's okay.
trying to learn here. Trying to learn.
Hey, who cares? I mean, like people. I mean, like I don't. I've botched more than once too.
Yeah.
Thing of it is here. Here's the problem. The thing is that it's like what I've always said. They keep doing this kind of crap where they want to try and build up a great main event, but the problem is they they didn't I just don't know what to call that. I'm still appalled. Like the fact that they didn't give a promo before this match. I don't think did they give a promo like highlight promo before this match? Because I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. Now, Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin were two brawling earlier in the show, but after their match, Reigns and Corbin were shown brawling in the backstage area along with a half dozen other superstars. Once the Blue Viewers won the main event, the locker room spilled out onto the stage with Reigns spearing Corbin into a crowd of superstars below as the show went off the air.
Yeah, because if you ask me, I mean, like that's one thing. Because like, okay, they could have made. Shut up, will you? The thing is, they could have made that the the match between Reigns and Corbin, right? They could have made that the main event, but uh, apparently they didn't. But they did. They just they could have moved. They could have had a brawl ensue in the ring. They could have had all hell broke loose and other things, to try and make this worth watching. You know what I mean? Like I mean, sure, Roman would have gotten another main event under his belt, but still, does it matter anymore? I mean, like, but and now here's where I go off on the lack of not booking the Universal title to be on the line on this pay per view, especially against the Miz. Okay, so these um, idiots want to, for some reason, just um book the Universal Champion against The Miz, a former WWE Champion and a former main eventer at WrestleMania 27. And they don't book the Universal title and that's the only world champion they got there because Brock Lesnar's too lazy to get up off his part-timing lazy arse, that roid raging retard. They don't. I mean, it was in
Wow.
Minneapolis last night, and they don't
Wow.
want to book him for TLC. UFC ain't gonna let him back in after failing the piss test so many hot dang times. And on top of that, no, he's not gonna do that. Just ignore it. Anyway, so basically, I give this event maybe a 7, only because the most of the matches, like regarding the ladder match and other matches in general, like say the TLC matches, that's what's mostly probably that's saving me from giving this like maybe a 5 or a 4. Now, if they had the any balls or and brains, they would have definitely given this main event probably, well, regardless of the same ending with Roman and the brawl with King Corbin and his posse and all that. I would have just put the main event between Miz and the Fiend in maybe in a TLC match that to close off the show for the Universal title. That would have been best for business. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, these guys are such morons. You know,
Yeah.
like all those people in the back, those producers, those head writers, they don't they don't know how to run a show anymore because they're all
Yeah.
constantly changing because of Vince McMahon and the last minute decisions, which is so freaking uh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's just the
WWE, this
problem.
became this became more like a casual WWE TV event instead of a pay per view. I think Austin Herzog said it right. So at the end of the day, yeah, you guys better improve in the 2020s because obviously the 2010s you made the closing show almost suck in more cases. I mean, there are times where I wish I was running things, but then
Yeah. You will rule WWE with that.
yeah, I would make sure this dog. I swear,
He loves you.
she loves me.
She, excuse me, she loves you.
Were you trying to say something? Huh? Look, she went like close to my microphone. Anyway, well, thing is though, WWE, you better improve your shite because this is dumb. In fact, I would, I'm strongly requesting that. Please, can these people like at least they would have I would have rated a B in that match, a B minus in that match. Even one of the Wonder Twins is given a grade level.
Yep.
Okay, well that being said, I would have to say I would strongly request these pay per views be reverted back to 3 hours instead of four, because I would give the 4 hours to only to the big four: Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, respectfully. Other pay per views 3 hours long, and I would probably like suggest like give a pay per view to Raw, then the next pay per view to SmackDown, like per month, like one at a time per month.
Yep.
Gives more time to put your championships on the line on your TV shows, which could bring in ratings.
Yeah. All right. Now, how do you rate this pay-per-view?
I gave the rating to this pay per view. I'd give it I'm still gonna give it a 7, only because I mean like the reason why was because I was originally going to give it a 5, but I give it a 7 because the other 2 stars is probably because of the TLC matches and probably Humberto Carrillo and Andrade, not to mention a little bit of, yeah,
I would rate it a 7 too, because
yeah.
it,
Brandon rated a 7 as well. Jay Houston, I think he rated a 6.5. And as for Kevin Alvarez, he rated a 6.6.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he made a special cameo appearance last night
Yes,
as
yes,
well.
he did.
Yeah, and it was, oh my god, it was so funny last night. Oh
It
wait,
was.
Lamar says he gives the event a 6 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that is the end of the TLC pay-per-view. Now let's preview the first Raw after TLC. All right.
Uh,
Now it's It's going to be AJ Styles battles Randy Orton one-on-one tonight. Even by his standards, Randy Orton has locked himself firmly in AJ Styles' head after recent sneak attacks, two of them which cost the phenomenal one the United States Championship. Styles has been rendered so I don't know how to say this word, apoplectic by the Viper that all he can say sometimes is Randy Orton, and he will get a crack at the Apex Predator in a singles match. Can Styles repeat what he accomplished at WrestleMania and defeat Orton, or will Orton send his foot even further down the rabbit hole of frustration?
Wait, can you send me a link to what you were reading, so that way I can figure out, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm about to send you the link to you on Messenger.
All right, guys. Sorry if there's a little thing going on in the live chat. And by the way, I'm not. I mean, Dante, I'm not gonna beg you to make me a moderator, but if you want me to, I mean, I can, take, fix some things here and there.
There.
Yeah, things like what she's typing right there. Oh, that reminds me. I need to send you something real quick. By the way, as don't mod Jordan. News flash, lady or man, whatever you are. Here's the thing, though. Me and Dante have known each other for a year, and let me tell you something. He trusts me.
Yep, I am right.
Anyway, so I gotta send you this, and I want your honest to God. I mean, I want your honest to God reaction. Okay. Uh, God. Okay. This is what was sent to me by Sophie C, or Fast Girl Sophie. Yeah, and this is what General Nuisance found in regards to the one of the trolls, and he looks he looks like somebody the face only a mother would love. You ready for this?
Oh boy.
All right, it's sent to you now on Facebook.
Oh my lord. What in the
Look,
heck?
I'm telling you, I'm telling you that. Oh my God. So yeah,
All right. Let's go back to the topic at hand.
yeah. I'm sorry. I mean,
I know, I know.
I thought you were gonna laugh, but then again, okay,
Yeah, I did. I did a little bit.
man.
All
And you were
right.
wondering, like, what is Brandon Jordan laughing at so hard about? And I was thinking, like, oh, well, here's the thing. Here, I'm not gonna share screen it because the thing is, I'm gonna save it for rant and rave. In fact, I think I might do it for this Thursday, just for
Yeah.
shites and giggles.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, so
Seth Rollins.
we got AJ. Okay, we got Randy Orton to battle. We got a match now. Okay.
Yep. But hold on. Seth Rollins broke bad in a major way on Monday when he allied himself with AOP. In essence, he became the villain the WWE Universe had been treating him as for some time. Whatever his reasons, however, the Architect is once again at the helm of a three-man group. Historically speaking, that makes him a difficult man to stop. We already saw what happened to Kevin Owens when he stood against Rollins and AOP on their first night. With a week under their belts, it's already time to ask the question that will likely be asking for a long time. Can anybody stop Seth Rollins in AOP?
I would say probably maybe I don't know. I'll get it soon when he figures out how to do it. So freaking piss off. Anyway, um, yeah. Here's the thing. I would say that we're gonna have a match probably built up to Wrestle friggin' Mania. So that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And you know, even even Austin actually, I actually agree with him because surprisingly, um, no Seth Rollins, no Brock Lesnar last night, and no Fiend, except for the one on the Titantron. But still, regardless, yeah. But overall, tonight on Raw, it should be a little bit interesting, but at the same time, probably very good.
that's the preview for Monday Night Raw, and Monday Night Raw will be live in the Wells Fargo Arena in Iowa, and you can watch it.
Wait. Iowa?
Yep.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. One or two things are going to happen. Either, thanks, Brandon. That's not kind of you to say. Thing is, one or two things are going to happen. One, there's going to be a mixed reaction for Rollins because it's his hometown or home state of Iowa. Or two, he's going to get booed out of the freaking building just like John Cena would whenever, back in the 2010s when he come to Boston.
Yeah. Yep, and you can watch it tonight, 8/7 Central, live on the USA Network.
Yep. Well, with that being said,
Well, let's
I'm
do.
Jordan Little. It's J0RDANL177L3. Dante Pittman, and you can see his name right there. Go ahead and subscribe to him, and also click the notification bell to be notified whenever he's going to be uploading a video or
When I go live.
or whenever you go live. Thank you. And that goes the same for me and also for Brandon Martin as well from last night. And if you want to catch the replay, go ahead and look at it. So yeah. With that being said,
So
God.
that is it for WrestleSpeak podcast season 1, episode number 3. And Jordan, go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
It's okay. God bless you all. Have a great day and even better tomorrow.
And I will see you guys next time on the next episode of WrestleSpeak podcast. Goodbye, everybody.